Valley Congressman Henry Cuellar calling on the U.S. to put more resources toward helping Mexico secure its southern border, as we're seeing wave upon wave of thousands of kids from Central America coming into the country illegally. The congressman and some local leaders had a chance to tour some local holding cells, detention facilities for several of these kids. Joining us on 710 KURV, Western Valley Congressman Henry Cuellar. Let's get right to it, Henry. What did you see this past weekend?
Well, first of all, you put a face to what's happening down there. As you know, in this sector, they're catching about, and this is only the ones they catch, about 1,500. It went up from 1,200 a day to 1,500 a day. 300 to 400 of them are kids. That is, kids coming in with no parents. And it's one of those things that it just keeps increasing. So we gotta either we continue playing defense on the 1 yard line, which is called the U.S.-Mexico border, or we got to be a little smart about this, and we got to work with those other countries, not only the Republic of Mexico, but Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala. And I was on the phone with those ambassadors this last Friday saying that we got to get this a handle on this as soon as possible.
They're coming here with hopes of getting that permiso, that permit to stay in the U.S., first of all, avoid being captured. But if they are, since they're not a threat to this country, current policy allows them to stay in the country after they get processed, get a piece of paper, and then they don't show up to court later on, so they're able to stay in the country. Obviously, that message seems to be making the rounds in Central America. What should the White House, what should the State Department be doing with Central American countries to prevent this current flood of kids coming to the U.S.?
Well, first of all, I think we need to have a one-stop center here where we move the removal a lot faster. If it's a Mexican, the problem is not with the Mexicans, but if it's a Mexican individual, you have immediate or expedited removal pretty quickly because we got pretty good protocols in place with the Republic of Mexico. Those protocols are really not good with those Central American countries, and the removal is not good. So as long as they think they can come in and stay here, it's going to happen. In fact, when a child comes here, a young kid comes here, he won't even be called for a hearing for about 2 years. If you're a mother with child or a pregnant woman, you're going to be given that notice to appear, the NTA, el permiso. After you're being processed, you'll be taken to one of the bus stations there in the valley on Laredo or somewhere else, and you're going to be told to appear 90 days, and then 90 days, if you do appear, they're too busy, and it'll be a longer period of time.
Yeah.
So basically, if you're a woman or child, you're going to be staying here in the United States.
Madness. Western Valley Congressman Henry Cuellar joining us on 710 KURV.
Congressman Tim Sullivan here. What's the condition of the facilities housing the kids and the condition of the kids themselves in there that you saw this weekend?
We first, and I had invited the county judge and senator and a couple of reps to come join me because I thought it was important for them to also take a look at what's happening. But, we first, we got to see the ones that had just been captured, and, they were tired, they were hungry, they were, dirty without taking a bath for a while. But right after that, they're fed. There are shower facilities for them to wash up. And then from there, they're being processed and they're divided. Like I said, when somebody comes in, Border Patrol will either divide them into Mexicans. That goes into a very expedited, fast removal with Mexico. If you're a criminal, you're going to get prosecuted. But if you're OTM other than Mexican, then you're treated very, very differently, except for those male OTMs other than Mexicans. They're pretty much, overall, they're held. So they have a hearing, and then they'll be removed. But if you're a child, you're going to be sent off to some location in different parts of the country. And if you're a family unit, keep this in mind. There's only one family unit in the whole country, and it's in Pennsylvania, and it holds only 80 individuals. 80 individuals.
Man.
We do that in a couple hours down there in the valley. So we gotta, the administration has to change its mindset on how we do this, and they're moving very slowly. One of them said, besides Joe Biden, which I'm glad that he had a planned trip and he's going to stop in some of those countries. But the Secretary of Homeland said, yeah, I think I need to visit Guatemala sometime in the summertime. Sometime in the summertime, I think he should have been on the plane a long time ago to work those processes as soon as possible.
Yeah, I know you've had some criticism of the Obama administration's foreign policy, maybe running a little late in terms of Central America. Back to the kids for a minute. What you and Representative Canales from Edinburgh, I understand, actually were able to talk to some of those kids. What did they tell you as to why they're coming here in such large numbers?
You know, I had gotten information already before when those people have been interviewed. That was given over to me, and it was confirmed in person. And that basically, you know, the two main reasons were, one, economics. There's just absolutely nothing for them over there, just no jobs. Number two, the violence. It's gotten so bad that they don't want to be forced to be part of a gang. If they're forced or if they don't want to join, they're threatened with murder. And what was very interesting that all of the ones that I spoke to had some sort of relative family member here. And in fact, today we're going to release some of the interviews we did, and you'll see the conversations we had with them. Most of them had a family member here already.
Congressman, thanks for joining us. We'll keep in touch and more likely have to bring you back on the drive home for an extended conversation on your recent visit to that detention facility. That's Western Valley Congressman Henry Cuellar joining us on 710 KURV.